Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 9 of KoreCast Talking Games. Today, once again, my co host, Crimson Fury, will be joining us. We have some very nice topic for you that we came up with. Um, so, hello.
Hello.
All right. Upcoming video games that we both have played, upcoming and just recently out video games that we have played. Uh, and our viewpoints of said games. The very first one, the very first upcoming, well, just recently out video game that we both have played is The Planet Crafter. I think that is in early release right now over on Steam. I'm double checking that while
Sounds right. That sounds right. I think it just went into it says release date though, but I think that went early access March 24th is what it was.
yeah.
Really addictive game.
I mean, I have checked on their recent what they want to make added or what they want added into the game. They are a very small studio of creators. Like when I say very small, I mean like very small. My understanding is it's like a four-person team. Sort of like the one that one game that you played where it was like one person was developing it completely.
I actually have quite a few games that are either very small developer team or single dev games. I've got two that are single dev. That's Ostrov and The Infected.
Yeah, it was 𝗧𝗵𝗏 that I was thinking of. Yeah, it is early access right now. So on the 24th, it became early access, and they are like working hard, keeping up to date on these bug fixes. Like I come over to my library and I see just yesterday they had a update, a hot fix update where they're like, "Oh, this is stuff that we're adding in here, like adding lights to the big habitat module, increasing inventory size on shredders. Antenna requires less resources." Like there's a lot of stuff that they are working on adding.
Yes.
Um Now they did say something in the Futures Planet Craft
Mhm.
is one of their things is they want to add multiplayer to it, but they're saying it might be too hard for their small team. That's it might never happen to be multiplayer. So that is one of those. I hope it gets added to being multiplayer, but you know.
Mhm. And it's not meant to be like it's a 30 their final their goal for this as a final game is it's a 30-hour to 60-hour relaxing experience about terraforming a planet, but has a lot of replayability.
I mean, I'm what about 4 hours into it? No. I'm an hour and a half into it. Sorry, I was like 4 hours. Where did I get that number? I'm an hour and a half into it. I'm probably like 40 some trillion hours into watch time of videos for it. Uh,
Well, what was it? Monday or Tuesday night? What was the 5th? Tuesday night.
yeah, yeah,
So technically Monday night is when I started because it says last played the 5th. So it was Tuesday night. When you left for work, I was just starting a game.
yes.
And I played it all night. I was still playing when he came home, played it even further and stuff. And like the planet that I was working on, and I wasn't rushing. The planet I was working on was already was it blue sky and would get rain. So the next stage was going to be starting to get lakes. Um,
Yes.
so I haven't seen one get lakes yet that I've been playing, but that was pretty cool to see it raining on one of those planets.
I hear that it's like the very first rain is very short, and then after that, the rain starts picking up more and more, and then it starts dying out again. I'm not sure if that's true or not,
I don't
or
know about dying out, but
well,
the first
not
rain
not
didn't the
being
first rain didn't
constantly.
take the first rain didn't wasn't there long, and you would expect that because okay, you're talking a planet that's environment, they've never had rain.
Or if it had rain, it was so long ago before it completely died out.
Right. Um, so you're bringing it back and altering the environment itself, this planet's entire environment by, you know, increasing the heat of the planet, increasing the oxygen of the planet. I mean, eventually once you get to certain stages and get certain things unlocked and get going, you can grow grass, you can plant trees, you can have flowers growing on just out of the ground. I mean, to see it go from this red, dry, Mars like environment, what we have seen of Mars and what how we think of Mars, to looking more and more like someplace you would see here on Earth. It's
Well,
just it's kind of crazy.
they have said in their developer notes that they're not going for realism,
No,
that they're going for sort of hyper realism style game, or a science fiction niche style game where like the building up of pressure from gases and type of stuff. Well, they came up with releasing the gas pressure on Mars in terraforming Mars to a hospitable planet for us. And it requires bombarding it with nuclear weapons. Like he thinks that nuclear weapons would destroy the planet, but apparently their thought is if they hit it with enough nuclear weapons,
it'll
that
increase the heat.
yeah, it will increase the heat and it will release enough
I
gas
I
into the atmosphere to
I,
pressurize it.
I think they ought to look into other options.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of people are saying that as well. Um,
There's got to be other ways without making the place uninhabitable because of radioactive, being radioactive.
at least for a period of time. Um, yeah,
There's got to be other methods that can be done.
yeah, I completely agree about that. Uh,
I'm liking the fact that they have stated that monsters aliens, guns, fighting, and violence are not going to be part of this game.
Right, right, which is uh there was a period of time where I was thinking to myself, is there going to be this type of stuff? Because, some most survival games like this, you end up with fighting off monsters or that type of stuff. And my thought is, as you're turning it more and more green, will you be like awakening life forms deep in the planet type deal?
Well, that was one of my things about the game that I was like, this game looks really cool, but are there things in there that you got to fight?
Right? You did ask
When
me
we
that
first
question.
started, seeing things about this game, and it was like, do you have to fight stuff? I mean, I don't mind games where there's things to fight, but this game just seemed so relaxing, and the I am more interested in the exploring and the terraforming of the planet and the base building aspects of this game. And I was just like, if you have like a animal, creatures attacking you and stuff like that, that would just kind of take away the relaxation for me.
Right,
And
right,
so I was glad to see that that's one of their things that they said will not be in this game.
right. I'm glad that it is not actually in this game. Um,
Along
like
with that, they said no interplanetary roaming or spaceship piloting, no really complex systems, and completely accurate, and no completely accurate science, and no realistic and next gen graphics.
yes.
But I think the graphics are amazing that they're using.
Yeah, I mean the graphics in that game are quite nice. I like it already. I don't
I mean,
think that they
I don't find it cartoony looking.
No, neither do
No.
I. No, neither do I. I actually find it a very relaxing game. It's one of those games that I would I want to find out um I want to find a way to add it to my list of games that I'm going to be playing for a while because uh just it's that type of relaxing style of game, honestly. It's a great escape. All right, and I we are
It,
starting to get questions in chat, so
all
I've
right. Well,
been category.
one more thing I'd like to say is that their goal is to release the 1.0 fairly quickly, and for
Yep,
them that means between 1 and 2 years from now,
yep.
releasing at least one update every 2 to 3 months.
All I'm asking for them, all I'm asking for them is don't rush it.
All right.
Keep the content coming. I know a lot of content creators out there are going, well, I'm going to rush this game, explore everything, and burn my audience out on it as quickly as possible. Um, like I have seen that, and then there's some content creators that say, well, we're not going to be putting out as many episodes because of what all's going on, or how long it's going to be. Um, so let's see here. So I'm going to state this. I'm going to enjoy this game. I'll probably play it for as long as I can. It's like, oh, I've completed this planet. I have noticed something. every planet that I have witnessed, everybody that has done content creation has not had the same style of planet. Yes, there are the certain crash ships and everything that is common on all the games. But how the planet operates, like the weather system, the base weather system. Like in my current save right now, I have not seen this on anybody else's, but I constantly am getting bombarded by meteorites. I mean that's a very nice thing and everything because
It might be that you're progressing so slowly that it's just you're at that stage where you're getting more of those, and you're like been there so long that it's just seems like you're getting bombarded by them. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, I've only played it for like an hour and a half, and I've had like 7 meteor storms.
Well, they did say that there's that procedural maps are something that they would like to implement, but just like the multiplayer, it may be too hard for their little team to do.
Oh, I don't. Okay, I'm
And
not sure.
currently, there's only 3 different maps in the game. I have so far played on 2 of the different maps.
I'm not sure. I'm just stating it. It just seems
Right.
like I.
I don't know. I don't know if the weather patterns or whatnot, I don't know if that's an RNG thing or not.
Maybe I don't know. All right. Let's get into the first question here. Uh, that the was posed in chat. The question is there a game coming up that you're waiting for this year?
Yep.
All right.
August 23rd of this year. Saints Row 2 or Saints Row Self-Made.
Yep, I remember like what was that episode 2 of KoreCast Talking Games?
Yep.
We talked in depth about Saints Row Self-Made, uh which makes me want to ask you, have you heard of any updates since then about that? I've been trying to keep my eye on it. I haven't seen anything new.
I mean they're still doing, the release and talking about different stuff when they're talking about stuff, but other than
Mhm.
that everything's being kept tight-lipped.
Yeah, I think that their production is very tight-lipped on
Well, and
exactly what's going on.
they did say when the release date was pushed from February back to August,
Yeah.
they said it was not to do anything more than to polish the game basically, to make sure it's running well, and just to polish it. They wanted that extra time to make the game perfect.
Yeah, see, here's
So,
the here's the thing about them wanting to polish the game. I have heard, oh, we're pushing the release date back to polish the game. I've heard that for a game that I've been waiting for since 2020. Its current release date is 2022 right now. Sometime in 2022. I have stated this countless times. One of the games that I'm looking forward to in 2022 is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
mm,
Um, but when they said that they were pushing it back to polish it one time, shortly a little bit after that was when they fired their production staff that was making it and hired a new one. So if I'm hoping that's not the same type of polishing that Deep Silver is working on.
I don't think so because it's Deep Silver and Volition.
Right, right.
They've worked together before. They're the ones that do the Saints Row games.
The only Saints Row game that they did not do is Saints Row the Fourth.
Right. And there's a
And
lot of the Saints Row fan base that did not like Saints Row the Fourth because it went just way too off base.
Saints Row the Fourth jumped the shark bad, in my honest opinion.
And these
Uh,
guys are trying to bring it back to more of the roots of Saint Row,
right,
but
and not
a
as
new
overly
location,
top.
new characters.
Yep.
Which, like I've said before, it's going to be weird to play a Saints Row game without Johnny Gat, without Shandy, and without, oh God, what is that one that drives me nuts?
Piers
Pierce.
Morgan.
Pierce. It's going to be weird not to have the those characters in it, especially Johnny, because Johnny's been in all of them.
Here's the thing I'm hoping. Okay, here's the bad joke I'm hoping that's in this game. You ready for it? I'm hoping that they name the group Saints Row based upon like their favorite television show characters. And then they make some sort of joke like, "See, yeah, it was all good and great up until season 4 where they really jumped the shark." If they have a joke like that built into the game, um, I
Uh,
will enjoy it. I will
Don't give
really
him
enjoy it.
don't give him any ideas. I don't want him pushing the release date back further.
I mean, it's one of those things out there that part of me goes, that would be kind of a neat little homage to the previous Saints Row games.
So yes, Yuki, we are both waiting for Vampire the Masquerade's Bloodline 2, which
Mm-hmm.
he's been waiting forever for that. He's been waiting for that since what, before we
20.
met?
Yes. Yes.
um, and we're both looking forward to the Saints Row self-made release later this year.
I mean, when we first met, when I was waiting for it, it was more of the, Saint Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 1 was a really good game. I really want more of the storyline.
Have played through
Um,
that many times. Never knew about the game till I met him,
yep.
but I'd never done pen and paper RP before I met him, and
Mhm.
he got me into the whole Vampire the Masquerade die roll RP, and that's how I found out about the computer game, and I played it multiple times, and yeah, ever since I played it the first time, I was like, yeah, they definitely need to get a second one.
Yeah, it was deserving of a second one. Um it like I said, I after a while you get to that point where it's like, oh, they'll never bring out another game of this series, and you learn to accept it. I mean, I'm also partially waiting for Half-Life 3, but I don't ever see that happening.
Well, I'm also waiting for Dragon Age 4
Yeah. But like,
and the next Fable.
right, right, all that will be so
Those are
awesome. That
all those are all games that I like. Fable. I've only done Fable Anniversary one time,
yeah.
but like the first one, the second one, the third one, I've played through how many times each?
Oh wow,
Lots.
too
Same
many
with
to
Dragon
actually
Age.
count.
Dragon Age, I've played through all those. I've only done Inquisition one time through. and that's the
I
third one. But the
I
others I've played through multiple times.
I thought you've done Inquisition twice now.
Maybe I did do it a second time, but I thought only once.
Yeah, I thought you did it twice. Um, I mean, now for sure, a game that does have a release date. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up here on the Steam store. Uh, just to be sure. Uh, it's planned release date 2022. Uh, so another game that I'm interested in, and they have just posted an update about it recently. So I know Take Two Entertainment is still working on it. I know that they are Private Division is still working on it. So I know this game is coming out. It is Kerbal Space Program 2. I'm a big fan of Newtonian physics, and uh, the little green aliens are so much fun to launch up into the sun.
He loves to sacrifice his minions.
Yes, yes. I have that feeling. Um so I mean it is out there that yes, I cannot wait for Kerbal Space Program 2, and I keep on going, "Hey, Take Two, let me know when it comes out. I want a demo of it. I want to be able to play it soon so I could like just play it on my stream. I'd probably play it 6 days a week."
There
For
is one other game that I'm kind of waiting for. I've been avoiding information about it. Um, I played what was it? Outlaws of the Wild West or whatever it is on Steam. And unfortunately, that game is tied up in lawsuit, so I don't know if it'll ever get finished, if anything in it
uh
will ever change.
that
And there's some
was
things that are like half in it, half out, but Toplets, Toplets Productions is the production company behind a game called Wild West Dynasty.
yes.
And I've been avoiding information about it, but I'm waiting because once it comes out, I'm gonna probably be investing in that.
I think
I I don't love all the games that Toplets is behind, um, but I do love Medieval Dynasty, and I want to say it is the same team behind Wild West Dynasty as Medieval Dynasty.
yeah.
I might be wrong.
I mean, I think it was Deuce that mentioned Wild West
Hmm.
when Deuce
No,
was
it is a
on.
different one. It's a developers Virtual Magic Games with
Ah, okay,
Toplets
okay.
Productions being the publisher.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's America 1800s, Trails to the West, Settlers committed on
Yeah.
advancing, blah blah blah.
It
So,
looks the little bit I have seen about that game does look interesting. I mean, it's not my style of game. I already know this. It just looks interesting to watch. Uh, for me to play it, probably not. But it will be a good game once it comes out, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of people playing it. Uh,
which I
uh,
believe
what game is that? The sequel you've been waiting 7 years for, Yuki? Um, do have another question here in just a few moments. So we'll ask that one.
Oh yeah, and for Wild West Dynasty, all it says on Steam is planned release date 2022.
Yeah, yeah. So there's another game you're waiting for in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
But I can only it's April.
Uh.
It's April, so about little over 4 months before Saints Row Self-Made drops.
Right. Right. That looks so. I can't wait for that one. Um. Now I do have the next question here, and it's a valid gaming question. I've meant to bring it up a few weeks ago about this that what PlayStation is about to do. But it is, what do you think about when the PlayStation made the Xbox Game Pass their of its own versions? What I mean, what I think that question means is, what do you guys think about the PlayStation's version of the Xbox Game Pass? Uh, at PlayStation is coming out with their own Game Pass type situation. They actually had a Game Pass situation already with the uh, not Xbox Plus, but there was one other that they had. And
PlayStation Network,
yeah, the
isn't that
PlayStation
what it was called?
Network. Yeah, there was the PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Network. Network was sort of like a Game Pass type situation where you could download one of their games and play it for a period of time, and then download a different one of their games. It was like a rental service more along those type of lines, and
I really
now
don't know much about the PlayStation thing. I've
now
never had one.
yeah, but now PlayStation Plus has been integrated with the PlayStation Network starting in June, and you will be able to play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 games on the PlayStation 5, and I think a little bit of PlayStation 4 games. They will not have day one releases. So I think that is still a weak spot. And another weak spot is the PlayStation Plus is going to be like $4 US more, I think it is. I mean, I'm sure people that are listening to the podcast will go, "You got that wrong," if it's less, but I know it's costs more than what the Xbox Game Pass cost. I think it is a step in the right direction for PlayStation to complete to compete with Xbox, but I'm thinking that it might be a little bit too late.
I don't know. My opinion on that is I think that anytime Nintendo or PlayStation comes out with a new console, you should be able to play any of your games that you already own for any of their console versions
Yep.
on that one
Yep.
from the date of release. It should be, what do they call it, back compatible or whatever
Yep.
from release on. That's
Yeah.
just me. I mean,
Um
otherwise, I feel that they are just, kind of taking advantage of their customer base.
well, PlayStation 4 originally had backwards compatibility.
And we know somebody who had a PlayStation, was that a 3?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But
PlayStation 3 was backwards
no,
compatible.
not all of them though. She
No,
had a
only first
special
gen.
console. Yeah, she
Just first
had
gens.
it was a console, and not all of them had it, but she owned the console that was back compatible to play
Yeah,
the
she
PlayStation 1 and 2 games as well.
she had one of the rare 250 gigabyte
Mhm.
first gens, which was backwards compatible. Um, which I hate to say this, all the PlayStations should have been backwards compatible. In my honest opinion, it was it was one of the things that originally made me want to get a PlayStation 3 because it was backwards compatible. But when I decided that it was time for me to buy a PlayStation 3, the backwards compatibility feature was already stripped, and so it pretty much made me go, there's no reason to stick around with this system. I was a big Sony fan. I was a big PlayStation fan at that period, and that was one of those few things that drove me away from PlayStation was when they stripped backwards compatibility.
Well, I would also like to see if you buy, for example, if you buy Saints Row Self-Made, I think you should be able to play that on your PC, your Xbox if you have it, whichever version. Well, maybe not whichever version, because the graphics and the processing and stuff like that would make it maybe non-playable on, say, the Xbox 360, but it should be playable on the newest version of the Xbox, or whichever ones have the ability to support the game and play it. Same as PlayStation, if you have PlayStation. They should be, your purchase should be cross compatible as far as what you can play it on. We do have a member of this community who primarily gamed on a console, but has recently got a computer, and now they have to repurchase every game that they have that they like
Mm-hmm.
to play for the PC.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just, it just,
Uh
I know there are some folks out there. I have talked to some people that are hesitant about buying games and they wait to buy games way longer than they would normally because they can't decide, do I want this for my Xbox or do I want this for my PC?
well, okay, I'm gonna be brutally honest about it. I Okay, while I can completely understand and
Yes, I know.
accept
Money.
I can completely understand and accept your viewpoint on a game. You buy it once, playable everywhere. Um, Bible once, play it everywhere style mentality. That right there has been thrown around since the start of internet downloadable games. Buy once, play anywhere. You're not the very first person that has came up with this idea,
But they don't do it because of
and a lot
they
of
need to make
people.
money.
Here's the here's two issues with it. Okay, one, the cost for the game. $60. We're going pro AAA title here.
All right, okay.
Six
How about how
$60 per copy of the game. Um, and now say you buy it for your PC, but you also would like a copy for your Xbox or your PlayStation,
or both.
uh, or or even both. One, the the they will then lose another 100 or another 60 to $120.
Okay, how about giving a nice discount if you own one version and you're buying a second?
Hold on, hold on. So they're losing out on that. Their studio, their studio barely makes enough to pay those people off previously. I mean, they're paying those people currently from previous games, but they have to make enough to cover what that cost them. Okay. Uh, Two, converting the game. It's not as simple as people think that the play the code for my PC will work on an Xbox or my code on a PC will work on a PlayStation 2. The coding structures of both are completely different. Um so they have to convert the code of one onto the other.
Right.
So that's added cost to them. Um, it, yes, you're right. It is a lot of cost for having to buy the same game for different stuff, but at the same time, you're you're barely paying for it because the cost of video games have not increased. Which brings me to a very good question that hasn't been posed by this. DLCs. I want you to vent about DLC costs. The game's not even completely finished, so, but we're going to charge you an additional $20 for this DLC that adds more storyline that would have been in it originally when back in the like early 90s, early 2000s.
You're talking about The Sims 4.
Yep.
How about releasing expansion packs that are virtually broke when they're released,
Oh
that are not
god.
very playable, and charging full price for that, and
Um
making your players that you took money from wait about a month after before any fixes are starting to be made, and they still aren't fully the pack still isn't completely fixed. How about releasing
yeah.
expansion packs years ago that still have not been fully fixed?
Yep.
Again, I do not blame Maxi for this.
No.
I blame EA.
No. My viewpoint about DLCs and yeah, this has always been one of those things about games like Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, we're offering you this additional DLC here that adds uh very little content to the game. Uh Content that should have already been in the game, but we were rushing to get it out so we could get the most amount of money out of you beforehand. Um
We needed to show a large increase in our income before this quarter ended,
yeah, yeah. Um
or our stockholders were going to go bye bye.
right. I think game companies should not be traded on stock markets. That upsets a lot of people with that viewpoint, but if they weren't traded, they wouldn't have to show a profit. They wouldn't be forced to make as much profit
And for God's
as
sakes, gaming companies, whatever you do, please, 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 please don't have things that are in DLC that you then later add a free version as a base game update.
right,
It may
right,
have a slightly different appearance,
right. I
different
mean,
colors, whatever, but don't do that. Don't you tick off a large majority of your player base because they spent hard-earned money to get that DLC. It may have been simply for the hot tub. And then your 20th anniversary rolls around, and all you did for your 20th anniversary was release a slightly different version of a hot tub free to base game.
right, with all the same benefits of having a regular hot tub.
And it's been more than that. There have been cases where, okay, this hairstyle that was in a paid DLC all of a sudden gets tossed in as a free base game update, part of the
Right,
base game update, or this outfit, or this makeup, or whatever. Stop doing that. You are alienating your people, your community of gamers that buy this stuff. I have
right,
been a die-hard Sims fan since Sims 1, and I barely play the game now. I don't own all the content. Why? Why should I buy it? It's liable to come out in a free base game update eventually.
right, right. Uh, she's not joking, guys. That has actually that
And
conversation
it's
has come
happening
up.
a lot.
That conversation between me and her has come up way too many times
I mean,
about that.
it used to be automatic. My son knew. Okay, Christmas is coming up. I know exactly what to get my mom for Christmas. I will
Yep.
get her uh Origin gift cards so that she can go on Origin and buy the DLC that she still hasn't gotten.
Right.
And the last couple years, it's been don't get me an Origin card. You want to get me a game card, a gift card for any gaming thing?
Steam.
Get it for
Get
Steam.
us get a Steam gift card. Yep. Get a Steam gift card. Steam gift cards. Steam gift cards. Okay, okay, okay. Best gift for gamers. That's a good question. What is the best gift for gamers? And I'm
Well,
gonna
it would
be
depend.
honest. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with that one. It depends. Are they a PC gamer? Are they a Xbox gamer, or are they a uh,
PlayStation
uh,
gamer.
PlayStation gamer? If they're all three, or even a Switch gamer, if they're all of those, okay, not which one to buy, um, of that, but like for me, the best gift would be like Steam gift cards. I'm a PC gamer. For an Xbox gamer, I would buy either an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate uh gift card for like the 3+ months, or
Xbox gift card, the thing so that they can
yeah,
buy whatever game, put it towards the game they want.
um
My son used to ask for those all the time for Christmas and his birthday.
right, right.
And now that he's got a custom built PC, we don't just automatically assume because there's
No,
a lot of games he wants for PC now.
he's slowly coming over to the PC master race.
Although he did he did buy Dying Light 2 for the Xbox.
Well, I will say this: if I had to choose between it on the PC or Xbox, personally, I would buy it on the Xbox.
Well, and as far as he goes, and a lot of people go, it depends. Are the games cross compatible? So if you have the PC version, can you play with your
Right,
friends that are
right,
on the Xbox or your friends that are on the PlayStation? Vice versa.
right.
Um, with our son, that comes into play a lot as it does with other people.
Yep,
Why? Because one of the people that he games with the most is the one who adopted us and calls us mom and dad and
yep,
his brother, and they do a lot of gaming together. So he
yep,
also looked at how can I play the game with Cat,
yep,
and that's why he went with the Xbox for that
yep,
one.
yep. Even though it is cross platform, it is cross platform.
But they both have
Uh,
the
but it
consoles.
but it's easier just to play on the console. It's what is easiest. The best gift for a I guess the best gift for a streamer, or not streamer, best gift for a gamer.
You're getting
Um,
way off topic.
yeah, best gift for a gamer. The best gift for a gamer. Um, I will say I'm going back to this topic. I'm going to say the best gift for a gamer
A
that
brand new
you're
custom
not
built
sh-
PC.
that you're not sure what would be the best uh gift for them is at, say, like, I at Walmart or at most places that sell gift cards for game systems and that type of stuff. Say they have all the different game systems and you're not sure exactly what to get them. The best gift I will say to get gamers would be a Visa or MasterCard gift card.
That they can then use to buy Steam
Yep.
card or game on Steam or a game on for Xbox or a
Mm-hmm.
game for or just give them cash.
Oh yeah, you could just give them cash. Um,
Note, do not mail cash in a card to anybody.
no.
Only give cash if you are going to be seeing them face to face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do never ever mail money in a card.
My dad mailed me money in a card once.
I
The simpler times of back then, though.
exactly. You didn't have people stealing your mail and stuff so much as you do nowadays.
Yep, because you have a lot more porch pirates. But yeah,
Porch pirate.
I would say a gift, Visa gift card would be one of the better gifts out there that you could give, if you're not sure.
Exactly, because then if they decide they don't, maybe you don't, maybe you have no idea. Maybe they really need, they're really got their eye on this jacket that they really want,
Mm-hmm.
and it's nothing to do with gaming. Then they can put that towards that coat
And
or
then
that pair of shoes or purse or whatever that they've been secretly eyeing. You never know.
all right, all right.
So back on topic,
Yeah.
now that
Uh,
it's almost time.
I well, yeah, it is almost time. Hold on here. Let's see here.
But this would be a good topic to return to closer to holiday shopping time.
Yes. Yeah, I think that would be uh definitely something that I would say I want to get more into. Uh now, I I have one more thing I want to talk about that I saw researching games and that type of stuff that I'm not sure if it would be worthy of a full-fledged spot in a episode, but this particular topic has interested me. Do you know about the Super Nintendo World in Japan?
Nope.
The theme park based upon Super Mario Brothers. Um, well, in Japan, they released a Super Mario Brothers theme park in
It open.
Japan. It's open, yeah. It opened 2020, 2021. 2021 is
Wow,
when it
that's a
opened.
rough time to be opening.
Yeah. And it opened March 2021.
A really
Uh
rough time to be opening.
at Universal Studios of Japan.
Really?
Well, Universal Studios of Hollywood and Universal Orlando Resorts has planning to be released. The first one is Universal Studios of Hollywood is opening their version of it here in the US, the Super Nintendo World, opening 2023.
Where?
Universal Studios Hollywood. And
So it's in California.
yeah, it's in California.
Well,
I
I'll never
w-
go.
I want to go to it. I want to go to it just because, it's Super Mario.
They,
Uh,
they 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 need to stop opening this stuff in just Florida and California for crying out loud. I realize that's the time, those are the places that, you can usually go year round, but
right.
still.
They want a
Give other
place where they
areas of the country some love.
well, see, Orlando Studios would have to, or not, Universal Studios. Yeah, why did I say Orlando? Universal
I know.
Studios. Universal Studios has to open more than just two locations.
Get on that.
Like
Chop chop.
Disney would have to open up more than just two locations.
I don't give a crap about Disney World. I ain't
Um,
going to Disneyland, Disney World, none of Disney nothing. Nope.
I wouldn't mind going to the Disney theme park
I, I've
over in
I've
Germany.
I've never been one of those kids that was, ooh, can we go to Disney World, Disneyland, blah 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 blah. No, was never one of them. Me every year it was, can we go to Cedar Point this year? Can we go to Cedar Point? And I didn't even have to do that because it was a given. Every year we went to Cedar Point. And when I got to my teenage
Uh,
years, I went twice a year because I'd
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Me and I would go and take my best friend when I went with my parents, and then my best friend would take me when she went with her parents. So twice a year we were going, and there was, gotta say, there was more than once where we went twice within a week. you know, so
So for me,
for the area of the country I'm in, it was Cedar Point. That was the place to
yeah.
visit.
For me, the place to visit was King's Dominion,
So basically, SeaWorld,
Paramount, Paramount.
didn't they buy out SeaWorld's?
No, Cedar Fair bought out SeaWorld.
Cedar Fair, that's the people that bought Cedar Point years ago.
Cedar Cedar Fair is the company that the rebranding of the company that owned Cedar Point.
Yes.
When they started buying when they bought out the Paramount places, which was the King's Dominion, King's Island,
Yeah.
King's when they started buying those out is when they became Cedar Fair.
Right.
Um And
And that's when Point started slowly to go downhill.
yeah. And now I went to King's Dominion and what was the other place? Oh my god.
I don't know. There's a place in Indiana I wouldn't mind going. I can't remember exactly where it's at. Rudolph, Indiana. But oh god, I can't remember. But you want to go when it's still nice weather prior to, you know, right before winter and stuff.
Oh
And
my.
then I've always wanted to go to that Hershey, Pennsylvania as well. There's
Oh,
a
I have been to Hershey. I have been to Hershey.
isn't there like an amusement park there as well?
It freaking smells like fucking chocolate in the
Yay!
amusement park.
I could gain 50 pounds just smelling the air.
It smells like chocolate wherever you walk in that freaking city because of the factory. Hershey, Pennsylvania. There is a theme park there, and I will be completely honest. You're not missing anything. The rides are horrible. Uh, the major draw is you can walk around all day long and smell chocolate. Um, and we're talking good chocolate. We're not talking about like no outrageously dark chocolate which has a bitter smell when you melt it. We're talking milk chocolate, which is a
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
sweet smell.
Yep. That's the closest I'd ever get to actually getting to Wonka's chocolate factory.
And one of the things while you're in that area you can do is take a tour of the Hershey's
Yeah.
processing facility. They
You know
have
that
it like
that thing that
twice a
makes you suffer
day.
from smelling chocolate all day.
The thing that makes you suffer from smelling chocolate all day is wanting more chocolate.
No, that's not what makes you suffer. That would be the processing plant.
Oh yeah, yeah. Trust
So,
me on this. It
all
is.
right, Malcor keeps going off topic, folks. So I think we're going to wrap this episode up.
Yeah, I think this is a good wrapping up spot. I want to thank people for posing their questions in chat.
Thank you,
Uh,
Yuki.
I want to thank Crimson again. Thank you, co-host, my wonderful co-host. For everybody that has been listening on your favorite podcast app, hit that like button. Let your friends know about this podcast. It does help out the podcast. For those that are watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe, like, and comment down below if you have more questions for us. We will be
And
doing
don't forget
another
to
one of
share.
these here soon. Yes, and do not forget to share this on your favorite social media. Um
Or via word of mouth to your buddies.
yep. Uh If you are listening to this on iTunes, give this a 5-star rating. It does help out the podcast. I think that is all of the stuff I need to cover of those. Um, I think that yeah. With that all said and done,
Just
I
remember, August 23rd, Saints Row Self-Made.
yep, Saints Row Self Made.
You can pre-order it, folks.
Also, if you haven't gotten the game yet, I highly recommend looking into getting Planet Crafter.
Yes.
It will it is a fantastic game just to mellow out to. there's a way of playing not stressful or anything. Just mellow out, just enjoy yourself, just enjoy the time that you have on it. With that,
I'm not a futuristic game player, and I absolutely love the game.
yeah,
Metacrafter's awesome.
with all that said and done, that was I want to thank you guys for being with us for 9 episodes of the KoreCast Talking Games. We're hoping to keep this content rolling to you every week. Uh, your support in this helps a lot. For those that did watch live, thank you for being here. And until next time, later, Gators.